Welcome to this week's Connect the Dots, an industry intelligence production. I'm your host, Alec Gaylord. Today's topic, what a load of rubbish. We'll show you how to find sources of green energy in some very unexpected places, like inside your trash can. No one would disagree that baby poop is nasty to handle, and collecting used disposable diapers? Ew! It must not be a glamorous job, but it is one that a group of Kenyans are willing to do to make their country a greener place. During a class in nanochemistry at the University of Nairobi, 3 students got an idea that they could turn dirty disposable diapers into a clean fuel. So, they teamed up to start a company called Leafy Key to put their idea to work. First, they put the soiled diapers through a process of pressure washing and shredding. The shredded diapers are then separated into layers of cotton, polymer, and plastic. Next comes chemical processing, which produces a gel-like fuel that burns without carbon. In fact, the fuel is so clean that you can use it to power a kitchen stove. Just don't tell your dinner guests it began life as a dirty diaper. In 2019, Leafy Key's Diaper to Clean Fuel concept won first place at the Climate Launchpad competition, the world's largest green startup competition, with over 2,000 contestants. Making clean fuel from disposable diapers tackles in one stroke 3 environmental problems in Kenya: ever-fuller landfills, fuel shortages, and greenhouse gases. And Leafy Key isn't just selling its fuel gel to home cooks. The catering industry in Kenya is the next target. Here's what company co-founder Peter Gachanja said, quote, "In catering, most businesses use cotton wool soaked in ethanol or other spirits. Ours run better. It's a clean fuel." End quote. Talk about thinking globally, acting locally, and going regularly. Next, we find a like-minded innovator in the used diapers department at a Japanese company called Superfades. The company created a machine to turn used adult diapers into fuel pellets that biomass boilers can use for heating water and generating electricity. Don't forget that Japan has one of the world's fastest aging populations. Almost 29% of the country's residents are aged 65 or older, which signals a burgeoning adult diaper market. Superfades collects used diapers from hospitals and nursing homes, shredding the diapers, and then letting them ferment. Gosh, imagine that smell during the fermentation. But here's the miracle. After drying and heating, the fermented masses turn into fuel pellets that are almost odorless, according to Superfades. I can't stop wondering what the level of almost odorless is. Superfades founder Yukihiro Kimura explained what gave life to his vision. Quote, "The trigger was when I understood that diapers are treated as combustible waste. It meant that we could use them as fuel." End quote. And that's not all. Superfades can turn dirty diapers into clean fuel in just 24 hours. Currently, Japan produces almost 24 billion paper diapers each year. Over a third are used by adults in care facilities and medical institutions. So, these lovely senior citizens are contributing to their country's green power, in an almost odorless kind of way. Not too far from Japan, in the Philippines to be exact, a 27-year-old engineer named Carvey Maigwe in Manila has won the first ever sustainability prize at James Dyson Awards 2020. Maigwe generated energy from fruit and vegetable waste via a method called Arrayus, which uses upcycled crop waste to make solar panels. These panels are attached to the outside walls of buildings to harvest invisible ultraviolet light. As Maigwe explains, quote, "Even when it's cloudy and rainy, ultraviolet light still reaches us." End quote. So, One day, we might give our friends directions to our home by saying, take a left at the squash building, and if you get to the potato wall, you've gone too far. And speaking of getting closer to home, back in the US, researchers at the University of California in Riverside have successfully turned plastic waste into a nanomaterial for making batteries. So, after you re-energize yourself with Gatorade, don't toss the bottle, because these Riverside scientists show that they can upcycle old plastic bottles to make supercapacitors that charge faster than lithium-ion batteries. The researchers think they have finally found a waste-to-energy technique that has staying power, after years of them trying a variety of sustainable sources, including beach sand, silly putty, and, no joke, portobello mushrooms. The team's professor, Cengiz Ozkan, believes that by turning PET plastic into electrode materials, they have discovered the holy grail of green manufacturing, as their invention can keep common plastic waste like single-use bottles out of landfills and can reduce plastic pollutants in the ocean. Ozkan wants us to stay tuned, because after electrodes and supercapacitors, his eyes are on making lithium-ion batteries greener. Well, that's all for today's podcast. For Industry Intelligence, I'm Alec Gaylord, reminding you that everything you see and touch contains more power than you realize. Please visit our website at www.industryintel.com and check out our blog and podcast for more cool ideas. Have a great day, and keep the dots connected.